What's up, everyone? It's TheOneJame, and today we are playing Quintorius Combo. This is a combo that relies on getting Quintorius Kand onto the battlefield using its Discover ability with its -3, and then getting a whole bunch of copies of Quintorius Kand with Spark Double, Clever Impersonator, and Mythos of Illuna. Those all make copies. You make a copy of Quintorius Kand, and then the ability, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. It stacks for each copy of Quintorius. Quintorius is legendary, but Spark Double removes the legendary clause. 1 copy of Clever Impersonator, 1 copy of Mythos of Illuna that don't make the Planeswalker non-legendary like Spark Double does. That's why there's 4 Spark Doubles and 2 of the other ones. So you basically discover 4 on each one of them. We're playing only cards that make us get Spark Double, Clever Impersonator, and Mythos of Illuna out of our deck. Notably, Leyline Binding is 1 mana, but it's 6 mana. Virtue of Persistence, 7 mana, basically 2 mana. Her Migration, 2 mana to cycle, 7 mana card. Colossal Skyturtle, 2 mana card, or 3 mana card to channel either one of the abilities, but it's a 7 mana card. Greater Tanuki and Beanstalk Giant are ramp creatures, 3 mana, that ramp us into Quintorius Kand, which is very good. And they're also 6 and 7 mana cards as well. So basically, every time you discover, you must discover into one of these copy cards. So moral of the story is, you land Quintorius Kand, and you win the game. We have 4 copies of Trumpeting Carnosaur, because Carnosaur discovers 5, and when you discover 5, you either get Quintorius Kand to win the game, or you get Spark Double, Clever Impersonator, or Mythos of Illuna to copy Trumpeting Carnosaur, and then that copies it, and then you get Quintorius Kand off that one. So basically, it's kind of more copies of Quintorius Kand, and also, if you notice in this deck, a lot of these cards actually develop into alternate win conditions when you can't win with Quintorius Kand. You can win with Greater Tanuki just as a 6/5 trample. Beanstalk Giant is a power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control, so it's a big creature. Colossal Skyturtle, a huge flyer. Her Migration, a lot of 3/3s, Virtuous Persistence, Reanimate spell. Trumpeting Carnosaur by itself is a 7/6 trample. There's a lot of ways to win the game when you don't combo, but when you get Quintorius Kand, you just win the game. Our sideboard consists of Consecrate Consume, which total, it's 6 mana, but you can use it for 2 mana to exile a card from a graveyard or draw a card, and also have someone sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control, and then you gain life equal to the power, so it's a removal spell, kind of, and a graveyard exile. Bedeck Bedazzle is a removal spell, and also a really bad discard land hate spell. You're never going to use Bedazzle for the most part, but Bedeck is +3/-3. Plot Distortion, 4 copies against other control decks trying to counter our combo. Mirror Shell Crab, same exact situation. Channel for 2 and a blue to counter a spell or ability until its controller pays 3. And then we have Vanquish the Horde, which is an 8 mana sweeper, but it costs 1 less for each creature on the battlefield, so really good against go-wide decks. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I know it was a lot to explain, but let's try to win the game with Quintorius Kand. It all starts right now. CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of this channel, and you can show your support while getting 5% off your entire order and a free TheOneJame Goblin Shaman token by using the code JAMES5 at checkout. Need singles for constructed or kitchen table play? Looking to pick up sealed product or the latest in Magic accessories? We've got you covered. CoolStuffInc.com is the place for all your Magic the Gathering needs, and support me by using the code JAMES5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock. A draw than it is on the play, but I think it's fine. Thoughtseize. Yep. They kind of have to take the turtle, right? Because if they don't, I can bring whatever back. Or not. Think we should probably get a green here. Because our green mana gets to our other mana. Nice. Am I counting Fables as outs? Fabled Passage? Yes. What do I do here? I think we should Tanuki over Beanstalk because that land comes in tapped. And Beanstalk comes in untapped. Carnosaur. Chance to draw 0 red in on turn 6 is 5%. I knew it was something around there. We need to get red mana from this. We have Wooburg. You're not counting the opening hand with the chance to draw 0? We should be counting the opening hand. Illuna? Copy? Spark double. Give me that. Quintorius, thank you. Now we win. I want my opponent to let us keep doing this. Did they not give Quintorius a voice line? No, for some reason. This is so fun. Nice. We're gonna keep this because it's good against discard with double Quintorius, and it also has a lot of ways to get lands, and also... Okay. Has a way to get lands and also prevent us from dying. They got rid of herd migration. Spark double makes a non-legendary copy, yep. Okay. We'll do this and we'll get a blue. Then we will Greater Tanuki. And hope we draw an untap land. No shielded, please. Moving on to the last hope. Wow. I haven't seen this card played in forever.
Let's make this quick. Oh, soon you'll be left with nothing.
Now we get another blue. Just for Mythos. Probably a Shieldred's Edict. But I think we just have to go for it. Just because we have another Quintorius in hand. If they have one, they have one. Or Assassin's Trophy. I want another white. Crazy part is we can just put the card in hand, too. They thought seize us, and we have 2 ways to win. They have to have 2 discard spells now. The ult of this is make a bunch of zombies, right? We can Herb Migration. Get a land. And also cast Quintorius. Probably have a removal spell for this too, but it is what it is. We can also Mythos Liliana and then add Trumpeting Carnosaur back to our hand. But I think we're...
Enough with the mysteries.
I think I should probably just cast Virtue of Persistence.
Drop it. I'm not finished with you yet.
Because this also brings back the Carnosaur. They have to draw Terror Sunder or Assassin's Trophy for turn. Oh, wow. That's a play.
Off you go.
Probably should have fetched first then. Wow, they actually drew it. Crazy. That was awesome.
Losing? Sorry, I'm not.
I don't care if Liliana ultimates. Like... Probably just cast this again. Alright, what you got? They're gonna go for it again.
One of your friends has to leave.
I don't know why they're not fetching first within the deck. It's pretty marginal, but it still matters a little bit. And they scoop. Nice. Wow. All we have to try not to do is play against spirits. It's Rakdos mid-range. Alright, if we draw a land, we're likely to win the game. If not, we might lose the game. They didn't Thoughtseize us. Land. We're so lucky. Alright, so they're going to Bone Crusher Giant our face here. They did not do that. They're going to cast Fable. Duress. Okay, Quintorius is gone. Now we have to ramp to Trumpeting Carnosaur. They don't have Blood Tithe Harvester. They would have cast that last turn. get a white source. We could get the second blue, but white's more important. Okay. There's the blue. They're gonna stomp our face. They don't have stomp. They're gonna cast Shieldred. Shieldred or Fable the Mirror Breaker. Surely they would have cast Fable instead of using Duress last turn. Okay, or not. That's not a land. What we can do is we can... Blue. We can't... Well, we can... We can go blue, red. We don't have blue, red, green. What we can do is impersonate their Fable the Mirror Breaker. Try to get the land. I'm gonna do that. Granted, they probably have Fatal Push in hand. Fatal Push, go for the throw, something like that. The good thing is, we've already drawn one Mythos of Illuna. And we've already drawn the Clever Impersonator. Which means the only thing left in our deck is Spark Double. There's the Stomp they've probably had the whole time. They discarded Castle Locthwain and Graveyard Trespasser. They did not cast the Bone Crusher Giant. Which means they probably have Go for the Throat. Which does stop the combo. Unless we get Quintorius off the Carnosaur. So even if they kill us in response, we can still win the game. Quintorius one time. We're so lucky. This hand does not have white mana for our removal spells. I hate mulliganing in this matchup, but... They don't have discard. Well, that's really good for us. I mean, if that's the case, I might as well not even kill this Blood Tithe Harvester. Might as well just try to ramp into Quintorius before they draw double discard. We could have Go Blank. Fable. Okay, that probably gets discard for them. Leyline Binding. We can Binding and Bedeck Bedazzle. If we Greater Tanuki here, we can't even cast Quintorius the following turn. I think the only thing I care about is, like, discard and Shieldred. 3, 4, 5. You now have 2 Necromantra coming in the sideboard for this deck. That's fair enough. What's the fastest way we can get to Quintorius? I guess it's just Greater Tanuki. I mean, we kind of have time, right? We just have to hope they don't have double discard off this Fable. They discard like 2 lands or a land removal spell. The thing about Rakdos midrange, it's my best deck to play with. Rakdos is. The thing about it is that it doesn't have a lot of Planeswalker interaction on the stack. Like, you have to basically attack the Planeswalker to kill it. Like, yes, Shieldred Zedict exists, and we've already seen that out of their deck in game 1. But that's like basically it. Like that and the new spell. Damping Sphere? Oh, that works. That does work. Sure. Rakdos is now running Bitter Triumph. Yeah, I am playing Bitter Triumph now. It's playing Bitter Triumph, and I'm also playing Torch the Tower, because the tower kills the Quintorius. We need a blue source, right? So this turn we're going to go Greater Tanuki and then kill the Damping Sphere with Leyline Binding. And then they can't kill us yet. The only way they can kill us here is if they have removal for a Planeswalker. Okay, that doesn't work, actually. So we Leyline Binding now. And then we use Greater Tanuki. We should not use Greater Tanuki. Because I don't care if they discard it. I care if they have 2 discard spells. So it's actually good for us if they discard the Tanuki. Running Murderous Rider over Torch the Tower. The thing about Torch the Tower, though, is that it's also good against Phoenix. You exile the Phoenix. And it's also 1 mana instead of 3. But I can get behind 1 Murderous Rider. I like that card. I played it for a while. Well, now let's see if the opponent has another one of these, or another Damping Sphere, or whatever. I'm also flirting around. They're trying to look for another removal spell. I am flirting around with the 2-mana burn card that mono red that burn plays in Modern. Oh, they scoop. Easy. Trick Proctor, eh? Okay, that's not a Lotus Field. Okay, so I kind of want to use Beanstalk Giant here. Because if they counter it, I'm okay with that. I'd rather them not counter my win cons. They did not counter it. Wait a minute. Do we win the game? Does Proctor stop the win con? It's not an ETB trigger. It's an as it enters trigger. This is our land sequence, I think. It is no longer our land sequence. I mean, it could be. Sure. We probably want Herb Migration for a 7-drop anyway. This seems miserable to play against. Not broken, but just miserable. What, our deck or their deck? Okay, we need a red mana. People say this deck ruined Explorer. It just makes the Explorer different. I think I want to guarantee my 6th land for Thought Distortion, so I'm going to cycle Herd Migration here. Double blue seems good here. Just in case we draw Mythos of Illuna or Clever Impersonator or something. Just seems miserable. It's fun for the Discover player. They missed a land drop. Wow, they also don't have a 4-mana play. Oh, they hit the land drop, and they still didn't play Teferi. I don't think I need Tanuki anymore. I don't think I need to do this, do I? It does let us... Yeah, I'm going to do this. It does let us cast our 7 drops if we draw them. A discontinuity. Sure, I didn't need to land anyway. They have an Otawara, and that's it. Good luck, opponent. Actually, Otawara is really good. Against Carnosaur, specifically. Actually, it's good in general. We got rid of 2 change equations of Farewell, their own Thought Distortion. Wait, how do they have Thought Distortion? Oh, because they have Lotus Field, and they're Teferi. Okay, so since Otawara stops Trumpeting Carnosaur, we just need to play it, and then get Otawara. Wait, what? They can Otawara this. Okay. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We ended up going 5-3 with this deck. We lost twice to Mono Black Discard, but you shouldn't be playing against Mono Black Discard that much on the ladder or in a regional championship or in your RCQs. If you take that out, we went 3 or 4-1 in matches in best of 3 against Blue Eye Control, which is a deck designed to stop this, and we ended up beating Rakdos midrange 2-0, which is very strong. This deck seems really, really good, and probably should be on your radar if you're going to regional championship qualifiers or even for the regional championship in Atlanta. So anyway, hope you enjoyed hanging out and learning this deck with me. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, peace.